Welcome back, everybody, to today's show. Today we have a very special guest with us, the legendary Russian physiologist, Dr. Pavlov. Thanks for joining us, Dr. Pavlov.
Thank you for having me. It is a pleasure to be here.
Of course. Many people know your name from psychology, but you didn't actually begin in that field. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, certainly. I was originally studying the digestive system of dogs. My focus was physiology, not psychology. In fact, in 1904, I was awarded the Nobel Prize, not for classical conditioning, but my work on the digestive physiology.
Wow, that's fascinating. So how did you end up making your famous discovery about classical conditioning?
It was actually quite accidental. While studying digestion, I noticed something unusual. The dogs began to salivate before I even gave them food. At first, they reacted only when the food was in front of them, but soon they anticipated it. For example, they would salivate when they heard footsteps or saw the lab assistant, anything that predicted food.
And that's when you began experimenting, right?
Exactly. I started ringing a bell right before presenting food. Over time, the dogs learned to associate the bell with food. Eventually, just the sound of the bell caused them to salivate, even if no food was followed. That was the conditioned response.
So this was the beginning of what we now call classical conditioning?
Yes, I identified the simple form of learning as respondent conditioning. The idea is that involuntary reflexes like salivation can be linked with other environmental signals. This became known as classical conditioning, and it later became a cornerstone of behaviorist theorists.
Why was this discovery so important?
It showed that a biological reflex could be triggered by what was once a neutral stimulus. This gave psychologists a framework for understanding how animals and humans learn through association. My work influenced not only psychology, but also education, therapy, and even dog training.
Timing plays a big role in this process, right?
Correct. Timing is crucial. The neutral stimulus, in my case, the bell, must be presented just before unconditioned stimulus, which was the food. If the timing is off, the learning is much weaker.
Did you notice other patterns in the learning process?
Yes, very many actually. I discovered what is called extinction. It kept ringing the bell but stopped giving food. The dog's conditioned response, the salivation, slowly disappeared. However, it never vanished completely. After a rest period, the dogs would suddenly salivate to the bell again. This is called spontaneous recovery.
Amazing. So what started an accident during your digestion research ended up shaping the field of psychology?
Exactly. I never expected my experiments with dogs to influence how the world understands learning and behavior, but that is the beauty of science. Sometimes the most important discoveries are accidental.
Dr. Pavlov, thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your insights.
Thank you so much. It has been an honor to explain my work.
And thank you to our listeners tuning in. That was Ivan Pavlov, whose discovery of classical conditioning laid the foundation of modern behaviorism. And until next time, I'll see you guys at the Theory Desk. One last, give it up for Dr. Pavlov.
Alright, can you say your part just so I could hear you say something? I haven't.
Say, can you sing? Ready? Mr. Dr. Pavlov. Wow, that's fascinating. So how did you end up?
I said psychology, not physiology.
It's okay.